we're going to be looking at how to get better data out of your Garmin Connect. In Garmin Connect, you got some wonderful micro level data from all of your activities that you log. You'll get some GPS data, you'll get pace, heart rate, and if you are wearing associated the right devices, you can get run cadence. And because I have a foot pod with me, I also get a bunch of other metrics that you guys might not have along with you. What we're going to look at today on Garmin Connect is how to get more out of your activity reports. So in your Garmin Connect panel over here, you have the ability to look at all of your activities. And one of the things that you can do is you can export these as a CSV. One thing to keep in mind is that the only things that export into the CSV are what are loaded on the page. So if you scroll down, you'll see that more items will load up. So if you load this too fast, or if you download this before you load the rest of your activities, you're only going to download a limited set. So you just keep on scrolling down until you have all of your items all your items loaded. And if you do a lot of workouts, then this might actually be quite a lot. So I got my Garmin device back in December, so I have activities all the way back to December 9, 2019. I'm going to go ahead and export this, and because I've already downloaded it once, it's going to give me this activities one. I'm going to connect to this in Tableau as a text file. So here we are, activities1.csv. So when you look at the data that you get from the CSV compared to what you can see on Garmin Connect, you get quite a bit more information than you see over here. On the website, you can only see a relatively limited data set, and if you wanted to look at other metrics, you could adjust that, but you can only look at 5 columns at a time. If you compare that to the CSV over here, you have quite a bit more columns over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is clean up this data source. That's always step number one. I will keep for now the activity type. I'm going to hide this item though. I don't need to know if it was favorite. I guess I can keep the title for now. Calories would be interesting. Aerobic TE would be interesting. If I scroll over, I'm going to keep most of these items, but there's also a bunch of things that I don't have information in. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight the first column and shift click to highlight over to the last column I don't have any information in. I'm going to hide a lot of these. I don't have temperature information, decompression, not even sure how that would apply. And let's see, what else do I have in here? Number of laps and max temperature, okay. Temperature I don't have, number of laps, that could be interesting. So I think number of laps relates to the number of times that you hit the pause button, pause and resume on your watch. Let's say if you're waiting at a stoplight or if you are taking a break from your run, you're going to press this pause button. And so that's going to be that indicator over there. And that leaves us with a pretty decent data set over here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and I can save this as, I can rename this data source over here. So this is going to be my Garmin Connect activities data, or CSV. And under data, I can save what I did, the cleaning that I did with this by adding this to a saved data source. so the next time I open up this file, I won't have to do the rest of that cleaning. So we have a limited number of metrics over here, and we have quite a lot of dimensions. And it looks like average pace got categorized as a dimension. Let me take a look at this. Ah, okay, so this is something interesting. I guess we can. Oh, one weakness in Tableau is that it's not really, or don't really have a very good way of looking at duration data yet, because pace is always measured, most commonly measured as a minutes per mile instead of miles per hour kind of metric. It is difficult. I can make this as a calculation. I guess I'll look that up in a little bit. But the first things that we can use right off the bat are some of my metrics in terms of the distances traveled and the heart rate associated with it. And maybe we can take a look at some of the cadence. So in the first view, I want to take a look at distance. Distance over months. I'm going to right click and drag this date over here onto the columns. And I want to look at all of my data in a glance. So this goes from December 9th all the way to, I think, just even today. And we can look at the distance that was traveled over this number of months. What it gives me at first is a line graph, which, well, to be honest, it's not very good over here, right? If we change this into a bar graph, we see that it's all smushed together. Now, one of the things that I can do to make this better is to decrease the size of the bars until they aren't on top of each other. But even that has kind of a limited effect, right? So what I want to do with this, instead of looking at each day as an individual point, is I'm going to aggregate this. I'm going to right click date, I'm going to bring it over, and I'm going to look at the month year discrete date. And now I have all of my mileage throughout the months aggregated. And if I wanted to look at my average heart rate along with the distance over here, I could try to bring that in over. Oh, that's not working so well. I could bring it into the rows and then make a dual axis out of this. I'm going to change my average heart rate into a line, and I am going to change this metric into the median. So one of the things about Tableau is that it will normally show you the all of your metrics starting from 0, because it wants to give you an accurate measure of your information. It wants to give you, these axes that aren't going to change so much. It wants to give you the scale. But in an exercise heart rate, this 0 starting point is not really going to be as relevant. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to edit this axis, and I'm going to make a fixed point starting from like 120. That sounds pretty reasonable. Okay, so when we start from, making this, the bottom of this as 120, then we have a range that looks more reasonable for exercise. And the reason that I'm taking the median instead of the average is because I already have average heart rate each day of the exercise. And one thing that I'm worried about is taking an average of averages. So when you're looking at data, you can certainly, and especially as an aggregation, you can look at the distribution of your values in terms of the central tendency. But the central tendency of the central tendency, right? The average of each day is what's being reported in our data set, and the median will look at the middle value of those reported averages. So that's my reasoning over there. But even when I look at the median, right? Now we see that for all of the mileage that I'm putting in over the months, my median heart rate has dramatically decreased relative to what an exercise heart rate would be. So for me, this is like zone. This is a high aerobic zone. 148 would be the cutoff for me in terms of this aerobic heart rate. And this about March is when I started figuring out how to really run at a more relaxed aerobic heart rate, meaning my heart is becoming more efficient over the months. What other views can we look at this? I guess this one other thing we can take a look at is calories burned. So in my exercise life, I run so I can stay on the seafood diet. How many calories am I burning every single day? And I guess what's my aggregate over the month? Let's look at the calories burned over the duration of this training of my Garmin data history. That's a lot of calories burned. And let's look at it over the continuous date range. And we get that same graph that we had from before. Let's take a look at date in terms of another metric. So if I wanted to look at weeks, one weakness in this data is that when I start from December, it thinks that this in December the number of week in those months, the number of the week in that month I should say, is weeks number 50 through 53. One good thing in Tableau though is that you can drag, or maybe not in this view, you can drag, click. How do I get this over? All right, I'm going to take up my item over here. Okay, so before I have the measures in there, I can drag week 50 and you can drag these items and reorder the data. Okay, because I know this is 2019 over here, but the date configuration that I'm using isn't looking at the year. It's looking at what week of the year is it. So I had to manually recalculate this, which is fine. I want to use a week by week comparison, and this is probably one of the easier ways to do this. So let's look at the calories burned now week by week. And I can, if I want to add in some labels, I can control and drag this over onto the labels and I can see how many calories I'm burning with workouts every single week. So in the last week of December, which I guess is unfortunately that 31st day, right? I burned 674 calories on December 31st, New Year's Eve. Pretty good, but I'm burning a pretty decent number of calories. And My number of calories I'm burning in January is absolutely astounding. And then there's a really weak, really low calorie burning week over here because I was bedridden for a little bit with the flu, or what I hope was the flu. So this is another interesting metric that you can get from your Garmin data. Let's see what else we can take a look at over here. Maybe the running cadence would be good. Okay, so running cadence was categorized incorrectly as a string, and we want this to be a whole. Okay, so now when we've updated these items, when we go back into the view, we can bring them, drag them down into the measures, because these are measures of our running quality. So let's take a look at our cadence. So I'm going to take a look at, right click and drag this over. I'm going to look at the continuous date, meaning I'm looking at all of the dates as an uninterrupted line. And let's take a look at the average cadence over this timeline versus the maximum running cadence. And I want to, if I want to look at this on the same axis, this is all I have to do. I have a lot of breaks in this data, and I think that's because I need to filter out the activities. So I'm going to bring this activity type into the filters, and I only want to look at running and treadmill running. Now we have unbroken data over here. That's pretty good. So if you look at this at these points over here, right? In these, sorry about that. In these areas over here, I have a bunch of activities where I am walking with my kids, and this creates these low running cadence activities that are recorded in Garmin. If we look at, let's take a look at that. So here, if I wanted to look at these low cadence points and evaluate what they are in the terms of where they fit in on the data set, I can, whoops, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I can create a box to highlight all the points, right click, and view the data. When I first bring this up, it'll show me just the items that are included in the view, but if I look at the full data set, I'll be able to see, let me look for the date right here, okay? So according to date and the pace, which is, let's see, okay, if I'm, the pace, so the average pace over here being recorded as a weird funky time format is about 16 minutes per mile, 20 minutes per mile. Yeah, this is like, you know, walking and jogging with the kids. This is just about what you would expect. So you can segregate these things later on, but that's one way to explore your data set.